be a good pitching coach. If you want to be a pitching coach, you need to first learn the kids that you're dealing with. You don't want to change them straight away. If you've only just met them, you don't know what they're doing yet. So you have to wait a little while to change their entire mechanics. You might want to just sit back, watch a few bullpens to start with, learn what they're doing, maybe tinker here and there and see if that works for them. But you don't want to change like the whole picture straight away. You don't want to change the masterpiece where the mechanics, because every kid is different. Every person has their own style and their own flow. But being a good pitching coach is you let the kid try and figure it out for himself, but you give him good direction on how to do it. And that might just be saying, hey, your front shoulder's flying open. Just one little instruction that he needs to work on, just straight away, that will help him. But you don't want to say, hey, your front shoulder's flying open, you're not balancing. If you give them too much stuff to work on, they're going to fail. And that's just from my personal experience. And I've played at higher levels when even like I've had too much information given to me and I've had no idea what to do with it. If you give them one little thing at a time, they'll definitely get more improvement than if you give them 6 or 7 different things to work on at once. Also, you want to teach the kids about game situations, knowing their role as a pitcher, if they have to back up third base or second base, covering first base, pitching the situation, pitching the hitters during the game. Depending on the level that you're coaching at, if it's obviously a little higher level, it becomes more complex. But to keep it simple, you just need to make sure the kids realize what the hitter's trying to do. Whether it be if there's a runner on first base, they're trying to move the guy over to second base, so they're trying to hit the ball on the right side of the field. How to pitch that guy, whether it be a left-handed hitter or a right-handed hitter. Game situations like that, that's definitely going to help kids out. Learning to throw strikes, teaching them how to be effective, and when they have a big inning, how to try and teach them how to bounce back. Teach them how to be confident in their own abilities, even though they might not have the abilities of older, more experienced kids. I just like to make sure all the coaches are on the same page when it comes to the kids, their development. When it comes to establishing pitching routines, throwing programs, good habits, just learning their positions on the field, learning how to back up bases, pitch or know their role as a pitcher, backing up bases, and just fielding their position. When it comes to pitching mechanics, we don't want to go ahead and change the kids straight away. We want to assess the kids first. We want to observe them over the course of probably 3 sessions, 2 weeks probably. Make sure we know what the kids do and what they don't do well before we start changing them. And even then, we want to make sure we don't do too much of the technical stuff straight away, because the kids probably won't get as much out of it as they need to when it comes to pitching mechanics. Because if we overload them with information from 4 or 5 different coaches over the course of a month or 2 months, they're not gonna progress. Yeah. We want to make sure that when it comes to bullpen routines, the volunteer coaches know the routines, know what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. Make sure the kids are healthy. If they're healthy enough to throw the full bullpen, ask the kids before they start how their arm's feeling, because we don't want to hurt anyone out here. That's not why we're here. Developing off-speed pitches, we want to make sure the coaches know that the kids can only throw 3 pitches, and it'd be a fastball, changeup, a curveball, or a slider. So it can either be curveball or slider, depending on what we think is going to be the better pitch for the kid and his arm action. We want to make sure the kids learn how to throw a quality fastball down the zone. Make sure they can get at least one of the 2 off-speed pitches consistently for a strike. So we want to make sure they develop one good off-speed pitch, and then once that pitch is more developed, then start working on the third one a lot more.